becomes a Voltron. Yeah. We hit it right all or wrong. Hey yo, we got it going on. Yeah. Went through the fire, but it lit up my fuse. I'm blowing up like a bomb. Introduce you to God.
I'm teaching essentials, I'm operating at my peakest potential. Elijah, he told me to keep it on simple. Through these instrumentals, I speak to your mental. Red. Back in the booth, rap to the youth, they was lacking the truth. Rap to the seas, they was lacking the roots. Smoked all the trees and they snacking on fruits. Bed, attached to my roof, detached to the roof on the back of the coupe. Back from the future, I'm back in the red and the blue, yeah, I'm back on my snoot. Niggas be biting, they cracking, they cracking, they niggas be capping, they lacking it. Put a toe tag on the back of they battle with nukes, I'm attacking they troops. I wrote these bars in Sumerian text. The legends of Mu on the Marian sets. It was written in Targaryen text. Came to conquer all my variants.
Yeah, we got it going on. I bring my niggas together, we transform and become the Voltron. Yeah. We hit it right all or wrong. Hey yo, we got it going on. Yeah. Went through the fire, but it lit up my fuse. I'm blowing up like a bomb. Introduce you to God. Back on the mic, was dead on my back, now I'm back on my life. Came back from the future, went back to it twice. When I rose out the grave, they said that dude is Christ. I'ma shine like a star, I'ma twinkle, twinkle as I light up the sky. The whole world was watching on the night I arrived. The Messiah's here, I guess it's finally time. Swear that I hear every prayer that you say. I was there every day, I was still everything in the world.
Chat, what the hell? They got a pillar at the Vatican. Pope Pablo, where you at?
You either fight or run. Life a game, I feel like I won. Hey, yo, we got it going on. I bring my niggas together, we transform and become the Voltron. We hit it right all or wrong. Hey yo, we got it going on. Yeah. Went through the fire, but it lit up my fuse. I'm blowing up like a bomb. Introduce you to God.
From the quantum shadows, a traveler emerges. Fly Sinet, the multi-dimensional hacker, living his hero's journey. He joins the Pantheon at AI Masters Workshop, November 1st and 2nd, hosted by 363 Empire with Red Pillar and Seven Bomar. Tickets, lock yours in now.
This is the law of mental command. It is the understanding that you are not a victim of your thoughts, but a commander of them.
There we go. Let me know. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gods and goddesses. Welcome to Saturday Night Live. You are now rocking with the best. Yes. This is your host, Brother Red Pillar, and we are in the building. All right. And that song that you just heard, that is Going On, featuring Red Pillar and Cambada, all right, off the Voltron album. Brat. Let me know how he's sounding on the audio, though. You know what I'm talking about? Let me know how everything is sounding. Let me know. Okay, the default is in the headphones. We lit. All right. So what's popping? Let's see who's in the building. Let's go ahead and do a roll call. I literally have 1 hour on this live because I have something on Black Magic 363. So we're not even gonna do roll call. How about that? We getting right to it. You know what I'm talking about? Because I got some shit that we'll be going over. We probably have to do a part 2 on Sacrilegious Sundays, but this is J.A.S.O.N part 1. J.A.S.O.N for all who know and all who don't know, that is July, August, September, October, and November. And Lord have mercy, these past 6 months have been proven to be one of the most lit 6 months in history. So much has happened. Literally, the 3-Eye Atlas made its debut on the 1st of July, around the 1st to the 2nd, right? this whole process that we've been going through, you feel me? It's been preparing us for what I would say would be something that's going to change history forever. We are on the road to not just first contact, but we are literally on the road to something that is going to change life as we know it forever, to be unchanged. All right. And that is a beautiful thing, because if you know anything about the simulation that we're in, you know, it's time to break out of this shit by all means. So things have to happen. Seals need to be broken, veils have to be lifted, and breakthroughs have to occur. You feel me? Even more so than they are occurring now. So yeah, man, shit is going down. I want to start this out by building on a TV show that is a TV show that's literally a part of not only mine's but so many others um walk and whatnot, their journey and whatnot. And that show that I'm speaking about is Stranger Things. Okay, so Stranger Things, the new season just launched the other day, and boy oh boy, it you know, it lived up to the hype. And not only did it live up to the hype, but there's a new hype that's being created around the show, and it involves boycotting it, because in real life, not on the screen, but in real life, some of the features or some of the stars or some of the talent are wave flagging, you know, Zionist and whatnot, and their political views are horrible. So let's get into this real quick and I'll get right back.
Proudly filming it, proceeds to go on a 4-page Instagram. If you remotely care about Palestinian people, do not watch this season of Stranger Things. Lead actor Noah Schnapp was posting Zionism is sexy stickers across the public, proudly filming it, proceeds to go on a 4-page Instagram rant trying to justify his Zionism, posts this sad excuse of an apology because Netflix announced that they were keeping an eye on him even though they never fired him and they kept him on the season. It's multiple actors on Stranger Things that are like this. Brett Gelman said that Noah Schnapp didn't have to apologize for his comments on Israel and Palestine because Zionism is the belief that Israel should exist, and that's sexy to me. He said that with his whole entire chest. Cass is also really close, so they're all enablers. You either support Israel or you support terrorism. Then he used his American Jewish identity to justify all of his shitty takes. While this was happening, Melissa Barrera got kicked off of Scream 7 because she was vocal about the genocide happening in Palestine. She did get fired. She said that silence isn't an option for her in a statement that she made on Instagram. I understand a lot of people are excited for the show, but do not have the attention span of a goldfish like most Americans, and understand that we're still boycotting. If you care about Palestinians, you will share this and you will let people know to not watch this show.
Now, I'm you know, I'm in solidarity with
Care about Palestinians.
Shutting out these people who are, you know, flag waving, you know what, right? However, the Stranger thing goes a little bit deep. So let's get another perspective. Check it out.
Praise on isolation. The show is occult coded. Now, when we look at the Demogorgon and Vecna, the show is occult coded. Now, when we look at the Demogorgon and Vecna, this is trauma informed. So these beings aren't random. They're embodied psychic rot. They are manifested rage and abandonment. Ego devourers that is feeding on unresolved emotional frequency. Vecna in particular targets those that are ashamed or grieving or emotionally fractured. So he mirrors how trauma preys on isolation. So he's beyond just being a villain. You have to see more than just a villain. You have to understand that he is the unintegrated shadow consciousness that has been weaponized. Right? The show is occult coded. So their show is formatted in an occult code. It's very occult coded. The children discovering hidden knowledge, the adults denying intuition, the feminine psychic savior, the veiled thin reality between the seen and the unseen, this shit is occult heavy. The innocent must awaken to the hidden war behind reality. So that mirrors what many souls go through during spiritual awakening. This will feel very familiar to your soul.
So it's like this shit is feeding me, bro. It's feeding me, and I have to put politics aside. I have to put politics aside, and I'm getting into this shit. Vecna, like all of these things. So it immediately took me into this realm right here. Check this out.
Tree growing downward into the abyss, and there's an inverted tree growing downward into the abyss, and Kabbalists say if you descend into it, you meet the shattered fragments of God's first failed creation. Okay, I've been asked about the Qliphoth so many times that I am finally covering it, but let me be crystal clear up front. I am not advising anyone to practice this. Traditional Kabbalah doesn't involve the Qliphoth at all. You can study the Tree of Life your entire life without ever touching this, and that's actually what I'd recommend, because the Qliphoth is considered extremely dangerous territory, even by occultists who work with it. So, what is it exactly? Well, in Kabbalistic cosmology, before our universe existed, God attempted creation, but the divine light was too intense. The vessels meant to contain it shattered, and those broken shards fell into the void and became the Qliphoth, which means
upside down world.
The shells or husks of failed divinity. Now here's where it gets unsettling. The Qliphoth isn't just an abstract concept. It's mapped as an actual inverse tree, a dark mirror of the tree.
Upside down world. So these warlocks, they doing their magic and they putting it out there, and there's certain shows that will show you if you know what you're looking at, if you could hear what you hearing. Upside down world.
Tree of Life. Where the Tree of Life has 10 spheres of holy emanation which are ascending toward God, the Qliphoth has 10 spheres of broken reality descending into absolute negation, and each sphere means something. Now, these aren't necessarily demons in the pop culture sense. They're described as trapped shards of divine light, buried in layers of distortion, illusion, and spiritual waste. Think more of them like black holes, collapsed stars that were once brilliant but now consume everything around them. Now, I'm not going to cover each sphere in detail today. I'm going to take that up another time, but here's what makes the Qliphoth genuinely dangerous from an occult perspective. These aren't just metaphors. Mystery schools that work with this framework believe these are actual states of consciousness that you can access and get trapped in. The theory goes that every time you engage with distorted versions of divine qualities, false beauty, corrupt power, wisdom twisted into manipulation, you're touching the Qliphoth. And if you descend intentionally without
people, potato, tomato, tomato, some people pronounce it the Qliphoth, right? He's pronouncing it the Eurasian way. This goes very deep into everything that you are experiencing through Hollywood, through the computers, through big tech, through Silicon Valley. This is the ground zero of where they're doing their magic and their chaos magic, their manifestations, their inverted rituals and things of that nature. Once you get a deeper understanding, a darker, deeper understanding of this dark side, you will have a better understanding. You won't look things through a victim's lens. You will not see things from a trauma-based perspective. You will free yourself and begin to examine things from more of an observer.
You can become stuck in these inverse realms. Now, medieval Kabbalists taught the only reason to study the Qliphoth was to understand what to avoid, to recognize the shells so you don't mistake them for the light. Later, occultists started viewing them as stages of ego death that must be confronted to reach enlightenment. But even they emphasized, this is not beginner territory. This is not something you explore casually or for fun. So, yeah, the Qliphoth represents one of the darkest concepts in Western esotericism.
When you hear Darth Vader, when you hear the Temple of Darth, shout out to AA, think the Qliphoth, right? When you hear the Darth Vader in the dark side, think the Qliphoth. When you hear the Darth, right? Darth Vader, Qliphoth. Here's some more information.
Magicians deliberately descend into the broken spheres of reality, not to worship what's there, but to reclaim the divine light that's trapped inside.
So before we even begin, remember the wizards in Hollywood. This is what they're dealing with. Rick Rubin and all of them with the long beards. This is what they're dealing with. Anytime that you see these warlocks of today, just know that this is what they're dealing with. It starts right here. The people in Is It Real and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Some of these other people, you feel me? The Weinstein Goldbergs and all that. Yeah, they're dealing with some forms of inversion and some forms of a dark, twisted, quote unquote, Babylonian, things of that nature, right? Yeah, but I don't want to spook you out or anything, but let's begin to understand more about it. We have the tools to do the research now. We could go and do deep dives on these terms, so it doesn't have to be speculation. It doesn't have to be conjecture. You could get a greater grip of it and a deeper understanding. But if you want to understand the ops, if you want to study the chessboard, if you want to know what's going on versus the shit that they're throwing at you, you want to study this shit. Even when you study the Epstein emails and the Epstein files and what they were doing on that island other than skeeting, you would need to study the shit that they're into. Before you go and watch Frankenstein, the new one on Netflix, study the Qliphoth.
This is Qliphotic work from a Hermetic perspective, and it's completely different from how traditional Kabbalah approaches these realms. And I need to be clear, I am not advising anyone to practice this. This is just about understanding what practitioners actually do and why. Now here's the divide. Traditional Kabbalists view the Qliphoth as spiritual waste, shells to avoid entirely for the most part. But Hermetic magicians, particularly in the Golden Dawn and Thelemic traditions, see them as shadow aspects of the Sephiroth that contain fragmented power that you can integrate. So the Hermetic approach says that the Qliphoth aren't pure negativity, they're inverted. Each sphere contains divine energy that got trapped when the vessel shattered. Now if you can descend consciously, face what's there, and extract the light from the shell, you accelerate your evolution dramatically. So let me walk you through what Hermetic practitioners actually do. Lilith, false appearances. Traditional Kabbalah says avoid this entirely. Hermetic magicians enter it to confront their attachment to image and persona. The work is recognizing every false identity you've constructed and consciously dismantling it. The reclaimed light is authentic self-expression freed from validation. Then, Gamaliel, polluted desire. Hermetic work involves deliberately invoking intense craving, then observing it without acting. You let desire build until you see its mechanical nature. The goal is transmuting base desire into conscious will. Then you have Samael, destructive rage. Hermetic practitioners perform rituals that invoke martial energy, then redirect it toward destroying internal obstacles. You're weaponizing your shadow and transmuting blind rage into focused spiritual force. Then you have Rab Zarak, mental fragmentation. Hermetic magicians intentionally induce controlled ego dissolution to experience the constructed nature of identity. You temporarily shatter your sense of self under ritual conditions. The light that's reclaimed is flexibility of consciousness. Then you have Thagirian, which is pure opposition. Now, practitioners work with contradictory symbols simultaneously, invoking opposing forces in the same ritual space. The goal here is transcending binary thinking and training your mind to hold paradox. After that, Golachab, which is consuming fire. Hermetic magicians enter this to burn away all conceptual frameworks. You meditate on the dissolution of every belief system until you touch pure consciousness beneath thought. Terrifying, but essential. Next, you have Gahag Shabla, which sounds crazy, and it's actually all about the shattering of cause and effect. Now, practitioners use sensory deprivation and prolonged ritual to briefly experience reality outside of sequential time. You're not staying there, you're just expanding how consciousness can operate. After that, you have Sathariel, which is absolute concealment, and this work involves entering states of total emptiness while remaining conscious. You're practicing awareness in the void, preparation for navigating consciousness after physical dissolution. After that, Gagiel, which is pure obstruction. Now, practitioners,
as you can see, is very complex and it goes deep down these rabbit holes, but this is what's taking place. Now let's see the environments that these warlocks and these wizards have created in order to do this inversion, right? Because in order for these things to take place, we have to begin to say, well, if that's true, then everywhere that these people exist, they are creating conditions that are inducive or indicative of their rituals and of their practices. So let's check this out.
Brown shirts of 1930s. Why did the Bavarian brown shirts of 1930s Germany march to their capital of Berlin to shut down brothels and burn books about sexology? Well, the Weimar Republic of the 1920s Germany had turned Berlin into the world's largest substance-infused house of hedonism, offering up to 13 different kinds of prostitution, including with children. You see, after 30s Germany,
I'm gonna put this into context. This is Germany before World War II, before the rise of young Adolf, right? This is the rise of him, right? So this is Germany prior to World War II, after their defeat of World War I.
marched to their capital of Berlin to shut down brothels and burn books about sexology. Well, the Weimar Republic of the 1920s Germany had turned Berlin into the world's largest substance-infused house of hedonism, offering up to 13 different kinds of prostitution, including with children. You see, after losing World War I, Germany's overseas colonies in Africa and Oceania and so on were signed over to Britain, Belgium, France, Japan, New Zealand and Australia. And this made Germans economically dependent all of a sudden on these other Western powers. With the loss of their living standards, these other powers began extorting the German population for its labor. In response to their sudden poverty, many German women, men, and children were forced to start selling their bodies. Even upper-class women. German chemical companies began producing synthetic substances to subdue the German mind. And many of the brothels and early pornography, since Germans invented the first motion picture projectors, were being commercially exploited by a certain group of immigrants. Around that time, intellectuals of the Frankfurt School, such as Hirschfeld, founded the Institute of Sexology, and they began experimenting on the poor Germans who were forced to sell their bodies with transgenderism and androgyny. The Bavarian brown shirts, capital of Berlin, to shut down forced.
You heard that, right?
To German population.
The same argument that's taking place right now that people who may be unaware, like that's why I say the whole situation going on with the quote unquote far right, where you have Nick Fuentes, who is literally a cat boy lover, right? And he is this man, he's the disruptor, he's the agent, he's like the cipher, he's like the Agent Smith, he's the disruptor, this creating this quote unquote this shift in the Republican, the entire goddamn movement that these people have built up. All of these people are all playing a game. Like, don't be fooled by what you're seeing. They're literally repeating shit that has happened before. Like, these are some weird, it's weirdo activity. It's a lot of weirdo activity taking place. You know, it's a lot of people that they're not being all the way honest. Right? But yeah,
and so on were signed up.
This whole conversation about transgenderism taking place in 2025, when that was the situation in 1930s, right? The whole thing about LBGT and all of this stuff, the whole thing about pornography, all of these conversations with incels and whatnot, these self-acclaimed virgins that are all of this stupid shit. It is a repeat of literally a narrative, right? Different characters, of course, but the narrative is a similar narrative that was going on almost 100 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. For real. Okay? This is the same group of people, mind you, that are behind, because when you hear about liberals and LBGT liberals, that is niggas from Poland. You know what I mean? That's the same people that were in Germany turning up and turned Germany into a brothel, right? Everywhere that these people are going, it's the same jacket. It's the same jacket. A rabbi owns Mind Geek, which is all of the skin, the short eye sites and whatnot. A rabbi, dude that owns OnlyFans, he's like, he might be a rabbi or he might be tied into some crazy shit. Like Elon turned the website X, he bought Twitter, turned it to X, and now it's triple X. Like this is their calling card, right? These people who try to be so morally higher than, you know what I mean? They try to assume this moral role, like these motherfuckers are the judge and jury of all things moral based. But look at them, they're demoralized.
Over to Britain, Belgium, France, Japan, New Zealand, and Australia. And this made Germans economically dependent all of a sudden on these other Western powers. With the loss of their living standards, these other powers began extorting the German population for its labor. In response to their sudden poverty, many German women, men, and children were forced to start selling their bodies. Even upper-class women. German chemical companies began producing synthetic substances to subdue the German mind. And many of the brothels and early pornography, since Germans invented the first motion picture projectors, were being commercially exploited by a certain group of immigrants. Around that time, intellectuals of the Frankfurt School, such as Hirschfeld, founded the Institute of Sexology, and they began experimenting on the poor Germans who were forced to sell their bodies with transgenderism and androgyny. The Bavarian brownshirts finally could no longer bear watching this humiliating condition forced onto them by the Treaty of Versailles. And they demanded that Germany once again become a proud and independent and economically strong nation, as well as ushering in a morally sound and healthy future for their children.
I might get in trouble for telling y'all that truth, right? So fast forward to where we are today, right? And we just found ourselves on Thursday, right? Continuing the lie, recharging the curse, right? Plugging back into, this self-inflicted curse that we keep throwing on ourselves, which is Thanksgiving Day. I just use the term Friendsgiving. You gotta, people are trying to dilute the sting of this shit, and they're like, nah, we celebrate Friendsgiving. Fuck Thanksgiving, right? But on Thanksgiving Day, while people were watching the parade, I was on Instagram cooking white folks, because that's what I do on Thanksgiving Day. I don't let up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to shame melanated people for getting together with family and eating and whatnot, right? Nah, on Thanksgiving Day, it's Babylon is burning, my nigga, like the Hong Kong towers. Like I'm cooking them, like I'm flaming them all day. I'm talking about, I'm so disrespectful. So I made sure to light a bonfire on my page from early. I just opened the fucking stove and was just spraying hairspray all day. Like, cook these niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Until people was like, chill, son. You all right? Yes, I'm great. I'm just cooking white folks on this day. This should be a day that you cook white people. It should be all mayonnaise barbecues. Yeah, roast. Yeah, we cooking. So this was the first clip that I put up, you know what I mean, to put their asses, but we got to these niggas too. Believe you me, everybody gets cooked on Thanksgiving. It's a full barbecue. You know what I'm talking about?
Everything on white people. Oh, you're not gonna like this. World War I, white people. World War II, what? Blaming everything on white.
So because everybody got threw into a pot, right? Maybe back in the days we were able to distinguish different nationalities from the other, right? But that is not the case today. Today, everybody has gotten thrown into the pot. If somebody is a what they call a Jew and we banging on y'all, I would apologize, because it's such a blanketed term that it's not fair, you know what I mean, for somebody to even bang on that word, because that's not who is necessarily the culprit. We sometimes have to narrow it down to what group inside of what group inside of what group is doing shit. However, it's at the point that it's up to y'all. Y'all got to distinguish the difference, because We are distinguishing ourselves from who y'all are out here trying to attach us to. We like, nah, that's not us. You feel me? I don't give a fuck if they look like us. I don't care if they walk like us, but they damn sure don't talk like us, and that is not us, right? So we have removed ourselves to be like, nah, like I said, I make it my business in public to distinguish myself, right? I'm in the airport. They telling shorties don't wear motherfucking bonnets, right? But they in there looking like Duck Dynasty. These niggas is looking like they just killed a deer and whatnot. Lorena Bobbitt, all of these, you know what I mean? Well, braid your beard in. Braid your beard, ZZ Top, because I'm allergic to shit like that. Y'all in this airport looking like this shit is looking like all of the gates that are going to fucking Michigan. That shit is looking like a Duck Dynasty convention. All of the gates going to Boise, Idaho is looking like a PDF file convention. All of the gates going to Cleveland. It just looks scary. I don't even like walking. I'm considering the history of these people. I be needing the goddamn escort to push me in a wheelchair. I don't even like walking past them, man. I don't trust them. You know what I'm talking about? They look like they got a little Somalian in one of their luggages. These are kidnappers. These are traffickers, family. These are the family of traffickers. You know what I'm talking about? And they sell mad pills. These are cartels, mind you. Duck Dynasty cartels. They kill deers. These guys are responsible for wiping out forests and shit like that. They're coming back from committing genocide on animals. You know what I'm talking about? You can see the death on them. Real talk. I'm talking about pill popping Annies, pill popping grannies, pill popping. They all on a cocktail of pills. Yeah, shit looking like Breaking Bad in the airport. Y'all got the nerve to bang on these shorties with their bonnets, even though I'm not pro bonnet. Let's be clear. I'm not pro bonnet, pro pajamas. I don't want to see you wear your fucking slip to the airport. Leave that shit inside of Victoria's Secret. Leave it a secret. It's this. You wearing your lingerie to the airport. What's popping? Are they paying at the airport? Is there something that I don't know about TSA, my nigga? Is there like a side room where y'all getting y'all bread up? Because other than that, why are you for sale in the airport? You know what I'm talking about? There should be a law against that. Could we enact the man law? If Diddy got to do 4 years, then why y'all free? Because y'all in the airport selling it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Imagine you pull up on a shorty with some pajamas and a bonnet. What else she gonna do? I mean, what are we talking about? You in the airport with some fucking with a bonnet on and pajamas with the furry slippers. We about to go to bed. You tired. You tired. You can't be going nowhere to get money, not the real money. You can't be going nowhere to do shit, not the real do shit. Like, yeah, I'm not with that, but I'm also not with white people in the airport looking white. Yeah, dress it down, Mr. Duck Dynasty. Dress it down, Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm talking about? The fuck? Because if they got to take off the bonnets, y'all got to take off the beards. I'm intimidated. You know what I mean? This shit is looking like a MAGA fest. Y'all looking at me crazy like I'm the voodoo man or something. Boo, nigga, boo. I'm in that bitch like boo. And they be scared. And I don't care. I don't care because your ignorance puts you in fear, white person. You know what I'm talking about? Caucasian. Your ignorance puts you in fear. And I see it on them. The fragility be jumping out over copper and fucking stones. They ain't saying Hail Marys when I walk by. Hail Mary. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. This is an abomination. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Because it's the guilt. It's the guilt. When they see one of us, it's like seeing 1,000 of us. I promise you, it could be 1 million knuckle-dragging, ignorant Negroes because they comfortable with them. They're like, come here, my child. Come throw a Popeye's chicken at these niggas. Come here, come get a French fry. Huh. You know what I mean? They comfortable around the knuckle draggers. But the minute one of the guards come through, oh, shit. Now they reminded that there's a culture war. Now they reminded about DEI and stupid shit like that. Now they reminded of the Obama years. I don't know what it is. It might be the light. You know what I'm talking about? It might be the oud a nigga be having on the oils, but they don't like me in them airports. You feel me? Some of y'all white parents, the young whites is different, but some of y'all white parents, man, y'all need to get off of that. But this is why, yeah, the caucasity of it all. Like y'all got the nerve, and we know about you. Y'all nervous because you could look in my eyes and you could look at my glasses and you know that I know. You know what I'm talking about? But listen to my guy right here. When you got the Asians cooking you, you know that it's over. They used to be quiet.
Blaming everything on white people. Oh, you're not gonna like this. World War I, white people. World War II, white people. The Vietnam War, white people. Slavery, white people. Systemic racism, white people. Racism in general, white people. Thousands of years of Asian history being wiped off this planet, white people. Africa decentralized for decades. South America decentralized for decades. Middle East decentralized for decades, white people. Capitalism, white people. Fascism in America, white people. Oh, look at that, you're Christian. Bet. Christianity being used to justify slavery? White people. Christianity being used to justify massacring Native Americans? White people. There's a fake Christian that sold Bibles with his own names on it sitting in the White House right now that was built and maintained by slaves. This motherfucker's white. Who led Germany during the 1930s? A white Christian. Which group of people colonized Africa? White Christians. Klan members. White Christians. St. Peter's Cross being misunderstood as a symbol of Satanism. White people. Border problems. White people. White people. The metal community being full of racist, ignorant bitches. White people. Speaking of that, Pantera. White people. The current dog shit state of the movie industry. White people and capitalism. The current dog shit state of the music industry. White people and capitalism. Specifically shit like Spotify. The current dog shit state of the gaming industry. White people and capitalism. Mount Rushmore. White people. This is some colonizer shit. Give native people their sacred land back. Dingoes. White people. The extinction of the dodo bird. White people. Fucking cave diving. White people. Last but not least, the useless existence of you and your mother. White people. That was 2 minutes of speed reading, and I'm barely on page 1 of the Cracker book.
He said the Cracker book, Cracker Barrel. That white nigga pissed him off and got cooked. Somebody pissed my boy off and got cooked. You know, white people. You know what I'm talking about? White people. But when, like somebody just said, when a buffer racists come after you, you know that it's over. You know that it's over. When the buffer racists come for you, you know that you cook. You know that you cook. You know what I'm talking about? And my guy is cooking right now. So because everybody is white, like everybody is white. You don't know how to separate them anymore. So you just got to say white people. I know it's different groups, but God damn it, it's just white people in my eyes. I mean, that's what it's boiled down to. Until they have to distinguish who's who, and they have not done that successfully. So it's just white people. And we got critiques for the people this week. We bringing this shit home as well. Look, I've said something about Atlanta. I made some statements about Atlanta. It's not because I hate Atlanta. I don't have no hate for any state, not at all. You know what I mean? But I've noticed some things, and I've made it. I've said some things, but I'm gonna let somebody else say it. This is a clip that I saw going viral and whatnot, and this nigga was cooking. So I'm gonna let him talk. And if there's anybody in the audience that agrees with him, I want you to put some emojis in the chat. But let's go.
Man, Atlanta is modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, man. I'm talking about, you can just smell the sin. You can just smell the sin when you walk into these lounges, these clubs. You can just smell the sin. You can see it. Like, it's like the folks in Atlanta. It's like the folks in Atlanta are just living off smoke and mirrors. Like, it's just all smoke and mirrors. And like the way stuff is, it's almost like
Now you can't blame him on East Coast hate because he didn't say son. He didn't say nah I mean. He don't got on a Yankee fitted. This is not a up north thing. This is not a up north thing. This brother, he from the South and he see it. Let him cook. Let him cook. Okay. Let him cook.
it's almost like you can just see how people just come around you and try to be super opportunistic, plot, want to get up in your business and know what you're doing and how you moving and how you shaking. Like it's just modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You know, I had visited Atlanta one time and somebody told me that Atlanta is the home of the $10,000 to $20,000 millionaires, and I ain't know that until I visited. Like, I would never move to Atlanta, man. Like these big cities and stuff, I would never move to them big cities because it's all fake. All the women there are fake. Most of the women there are fake.
Now, I've been sharing this sentiment on the show, right? You said, can I put you front and center? You got the solution to all of these problems, and you bet your life on it. Oh, nah, my nigga, you got to go viral. What you talking about? Do you see me putting these people on a motherfucking stage and you got the audacity to be in the audience talking about, can I put you on a stage, nigga? Go viral. Put a fucking video out like those brothers are and those sisters are, and then I'll put it up here. You got to do the work, bro. You can't skip the line. I'm sorry. You know what I'm talking about? Put that shit together like everybody else is doing. What makes you different? I don't understand. That's just the mentality, man. The mentality is fucking crazy. How Sway? You know how many people is in line? They got the solutions. They want to handle things. You, my brother, you gotta just put in some work. Send me an email with a resume or something. Give me some clips. You feel me? Send me some clips, my nigga. You need to get to clip farming. You got to get to clip farming. I need to see some shards of something. You know? I got you. But we all have to follow protocol. Right? So back to the video. My dude said the big cities, this is not an Atlanta thing. This is not an Atlanta thing. This is a result of social media. This is a result of the corroding of people's morals and their values, right? It's a corroding of morals and values and shit like that. It's a plague. It's a plague, bro. And it's sweeping through all type of quarters and corners and hoods and all type of shit. The fakeness epidemic. People want to fake kick it just to take your aura.
Move to Atlanta, man. Like these big cities and stuff, I would never move to them big cities because it's all fake. All the women there are fake. Most of the women there are fake. Most of the dudes that are fake rich be playing like they really got it, don't got it. Everybody a fake boss, fake entrepreneur. Like, it's just all smoke and mirrors, man. Like, I wouldn't advise nobody moving to Atlanta.
Damn. That shit crashed the real estate market with that one, man. I gotta apologize to my real estate niggas ahead of time and whatnot. He fucking up the game. He fucking up your cereal. You know what I mean? Trying to fuck up your brunch with that one. But look, I let him say it. You know what I mean? I'm just the shit that I'm witnessing. I would tell people too. You might want to reconsider that move. You might want to reconsider bringing uprooting your whole family and shit like that. You might want to reconsider. You know, get some commitments in writing. If somebody is telling you some shit before you move down here, you need to get it in writing. How about that? Make them sign a contract, right? And this next video that I came across, this one was very interesting. Like, I was like, damn, it was a relief, because you hear me on this show ranting sometimes about the lack of women checking other women, you know, just where I'm from. I don't know, like on my timeline, I don't see a lot of it. I see a lot of people letting shit slide, like the illest crimes, the illest violations, the illest quote unquote egregious acts. People letting that shit fly. So when I saw this, I said, damn, it took the knuckle draggers to pop out, but at least somebody's saying something. Let's go.
Mama had the nerve to, some of the mamas had. Now that the dust has settled, let's get to the culture. Okay? Because if you're paying attention, the mother of these babies in Chicago that jumped on that woman, they are the age of the young ladies that be on baddies. This is why the mama had the nerve to, some of the mamas had to get the nerve to come on here and be like, oh, well, my baby is a captain of the cheerleading team. Nothing but straight A's, nothing but good comments for all of her teachers. Oh, well, it was just a little assault. We don't got to apologize to nobody. Fuck y'all. All of y'all. I'm sick of all of y'all. My baby is the shit whenever y'all get through. Sounds like somebody that watches baddies to me. There has been a whole culture that has been created to keep black women, young black women, mature black women, in this toxic ass mindset. To fight each other, to hate each other, to talk about each other behind each other's back, to fuck each other's men, to steal from each other. It's a culture. It is a mindset. And these babies are being raised by mamas the same age as the young ladies that be on baddies and that like baddies. I'm focused on the mindset. Do I see what these motherfuckers, what these mamas be watching on TV? No, but based off of their response to what their children has done. I think that it's probably not wrong to believe that their mind is in that toxic space from the culture that has been created from reality TV. We're not just talking about baddies. We're talking about Love and Hip Hop, Basketball Wives, The Real Housewives, all of this shit. It's toxic. Reality TV that has been targeted towards black folks, it's all negative. To the point where they got rich or financially stable black people to sign contracts to get on TV and make a fool out of their goddamn self. Zeus Network is intentionally going into hoods in a neighborhood near you, picking females with a decent face that's willing to bang and do whatever else for money. They want to make sure that your face kind of look like something. So once you in too deep, you can sell that pussy. You understand? We live in a culture now where reality TV has young women. Young men can't even court young women now. Can't even give a woman a compliment because they want to charge a nigga just to text them, just to talk to him on the phone. We live in an OnlyFans culture. This is a culture that has been created to target the black woman's mindset, young or old. These babies are being raised by mamas that are perfect candidates for baddies, that probably watch baddies, probably got their favorite baddie character. This is what they watch and they mamas watch and indulge in. And most kids want to do what? They want to be like their mama. They want to be like their mother. This is a culture. It's not just Zeus Network. It's not just baddies. As much as I don't love Mona Scott, but She was genius when she came up with love and hip hop, but look how much damage it has caused. Look how many people it has affected in a negative way. You understand? People's mental health. People may have made money, but look at the shit that people have gone through on national TV in front of everybody.
Sis was cooking for about 5 more minutes. Let me get some emojis. Y'all real quiet in the chat, man. I need some more action from y'all, bro. Like, sis is fucking cooking. And it needs to be said. And I wish more people would say it and be louder about it. I mean, the type of energy that gets wasted on frivolous shit, right? That needs to be, quote unquote, the stuff that gets put on the frivolous shit, it needs to be redirected into just raising some motherfucking questions. Because at the end of the day, the same people that I showed you earlier that's dealing with the Qliphoth, that's dealing with these rituals with inversion, that's dealing with the upside down world and the upside down tree. Those are the people who are the producers. Those are the people that are behind these shows. Those are the people who created the they're socially engineering our sisters and whatnot, the mothers. Like she said, they understand that the children want to be like the mother. So they are purposely, you know, that lame nigga from Zeus Network, you know that he got handlers. You know there's somebody with a hook nose behind him. You know the Zeus Network, whoever greenlit the Zeus Network don't have no good intentions for our people. And that shit is a fucking trap. And they out here cooking these little girls' minds and their spirits. And like she said, they are leading the quote unquote the average TikToker down a road where they will be quote unquote sacrificed in some sort of way. Like, the outrage is, I don't know, is it okay, you know, especially amongst the parents that are out there? Is this something that we are okay with? It's just, you know, is it another, like, you know, motherfuckers, what other fight is worth fighting that this one is being ignored? Because this shit is getting, like, you know what I mean? If this was a schoolyard fight, this shit is getting all of his hair pulled out, it's getting stomped out, and people are fighting some other shit. Yeah, I'm gonna let her keep cooking, bro.
Reality TV is dangerous to the black woman's mindset. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. There ain't not one reality TV show that is created by our people that is safe, that is a safe space for our people's mindset to learn, to grow. This is a culture. Fighting, it's a culture now. These babies think it's okay because that's the seeds that are being planted in their mama's minds. That's all they see on TV. It's a culture. To just see somebody you don't like and run the fuck up. You don't have to have a reason. A motherfucker could just look at you funny. That's a reason to run up. That's what reality TV is teaching our babies. And they mamas. I'm 43. I'm talking about these 20-something-year-olds with kids. Like the children in Chicago that jumped on that grown-ass woman and her 2 babies. What are we as a people going to do about the culture? Of course, I always want to see my people win. Because the creators and the producers and the background scenes, these are all my people. But how long are we going to support it? Because now look at our kids. And I say our kids because it takes a village. I'm part of the village. Because those babies look like me. They're black. What are we going to do? Are we going to keep supporting the culture? Are we going to create something different and be in support of that? What can we do as a people? Because at this point, it's a culture. It's a culture. It's not just the kids in Chicago. This shit is everywhere. I live in Omaha, Nebraska. It's everywhere.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Yo, Scooby5, the email is right there. I should be getting an email from you now. You know, send me your social proof. Send me your proof of work, anything that you have other than you self-aggrandizing and telling me what you can do. Show me what you have done and show me what you've been doing. Yeah, man. I rode dolo from state to state, the illest nigga in Nebraska. This is going to be the end for part 1, but we're going to continue this conversation. I promise you. We're just literally cooking. We're just warming up the stove. We got to take a deep dive into the J.A.S.O.N months. We got to take a deep dive into the ritual, the psyops. There's been a real ritual that has been taking place throughout the J.A.S.O.N months. So we're going to unpack it. But it is a ritual that is in alignment with the predictions that have been written throughout time and in stone, right? Shout out to the Blue Star Kachina. But I promise you when I say that everything is going according to plan, everything, take nothing for face value. Nothing has happened haphazardly. Everything is going according to plan and it's lit. And, you know, those of us that are on the path, we see the path opening up. Those of us that have perfected our craft and been working on our craft, we see the craft is beginning to, quote unquote, craft is beginning to create a path, right? And the math is beginning to math. So salute to everybody, you know, man, oh man. The way that this season is going to end, the way we about to end this year is going to end with just nothing but pure predictions. Shout out to Ross Ben. You're about to hear from Ross Ben in a minute. You're about to hear from a few people in a minute. So just buckle in. We got some big announcements coming up on Melanin Monday. You know what I mean? We about to ride this shit. They say it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it. So we are going to finish out this calendar year with a bang. You know what I'm talking about? We are going to finish out this calendar year with a motherfucking bang. Trust me when I tell you, it's going to be up. The universe is conspiring for your success. The great divine speaks through signs. You know what I'm talking about? Keep taking down notes, my geniuses. Yes, the marathon continues. Keep writing, keep taking down notes. Keep writing this shit into your motherfucking diary. What a time to be aligned. You know what I mean? We the motherfucking best. You know what I'm talking about? All that shit. It's all at play. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody talk your ass off the ledge. Jump. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit that the ancestors, that Bobby and the master teachers, that all of them predicted, it has come to pass. You know what I mean? So yeah. With that being said, I'm out. Black Magic or 363 Empire. Me and Blue is gonna be there. So pull up over there. 363 Empire. Peace, love, and light.